This video, I want to talk about the topic of anger, and I want to help any of the younger generation or whoever may be struggling with anger, because it's not really, at least I can only speak from my experience. I wasn't really taught to deal with anger. I was just punished. I was sent to military school. I was in and out of treatment centers, and I never really learned from my adoptive father how to deal with anger. Either my friends, I had bad influences as friends. I had a drinking problem. Never really came across any real solutions in my childhood that would have helped set me on the right path, I guess. So I guess I want to make this video, and I'll speak to what I would have loved to hear as my younger self, that was extremely angry. I'll speak to you as if I'm speaking to him. But what I used to do, I used to be so angry growing up in my home. I used to throw dumbbells through my doors. I would just destroy stuff. I would punch holes in the walls. I would just, because there was no open dialogue in my house, so the only way to express my feelings, and I was pissed off about a lot of stuff. This is an adoption channel. Adoptees have a lot to be angry about because of the false narrative that we should be lucky and grateful, and that's it. And there's no other problems after being adopted. You don't get any other problems, and then that causes a lot of anger issues in a lot of people that are adopted. And I used to throw weights through my window. I throw plates, dumbbells. I would like to blow shit up. I would blow things up in the street, and then I'd get in trouble. The neighbors would call on me. And I would slash people's tires if you disrespected me. Since I was really small, I wouldn't really like to fight, and I would get pushed around a lot, so I would slash your tires or destroy some part of your property or whatever. I was like really, really angry, and people are like, "Oh, you're so kind and you're so quiet," but it's like, it's a survival mechanism. I'm quiet because nobody taught me how to speak about any of this shit that I was going through. They just told me how to think and feel. That's why I don't let comments on this channel, because the first adopted parent that tried to tell me how to think and feel, it just triggers that, and I want to hurt somebody, and that's not the way I want to live now. So that's what I used to be like. And what I would tell my younger self, or I'd tell you if you're struggling with anger, is you have to find out the reason why you're angry. So you have to do like a deep dive on your life. And this is what I had to do, and I had to find out, because usually it can trace back to some fundamental boundary that's being crossed. Anger is a God-given emotion that is put there, what I believe is put there. And I think Dr. Gabor Mate says this too. And he says that anger is a violation of a fundamental boundary. It's there for a reason, right? You're not just angry for no reason. Somebody has crossed your boundaries, whether it's through, hi buddy, whether it's through, sorry, my son needed me for a second. But yeah, it's a violation of a fundamental boundary. Somebody may have, bullied you, or, lied to you. And the reason I found out I was pissed off is because I was told to be lucky and grateful for a family that didn't look anything like me, that chose to love me, that my color, the skin color that I have doesn't matter, that my culture doesn't matter. I was taken away from my biological family and just told, here you go, shut the fuck up, be grateful. And that's why I was mad, and nobody acknowledged this, not even therapists. Like I said, in and out of treatment centers and therapy, and nobody could figure out what was going on with me, and luckily I kept researching and figured it out. But yeah, you got to find out, do a deep dive in your life, find out what boundaries have been crossed, so you kind of get a clear picture of why you're even angry in the first place, whether it's childhood trauma or trauma at birth or generational trauma or whatever it is. You have to find out and do a deep dive into your past, and it's not going to be fun. It's going to suck. It's going to be uncomfortable. But if you really want to like grow and get healthy, you have to kind of work on yourself and see what's working, what's not working. And I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do. I hate being told what to do. That pisses me off. So, I mean, you could do whatever you want to do. You can fight, you can do drugs and, you know, run crazy in the streets. But I'm just saying, like, I got tired of ending up where I kept ending up, you know, getting arrested and getting in trouble and people being mad at me, being threatened to go to jail. Like I said, I was sent to military school, and that did nothing but piss me off even more. Like, I guess I learned a little bit of discipline, but it didn't solve my problem. The number one thing to do, if you do not exercise, you don't need anything, you don't need any equipment. I mean, if you get angry, and you know the anger I'm talking about, that overwhelming clenched fist, you can't see anything, you see red, and you just want to hurt something or hurt somebody or punch a hole through the wall, that is like a free superpower. And if you don't know how to control it, just get down on the floor and bang out like 20, 30, 40, 50 push-ups. Put on some boxing gloves, go to the gym and hit a heavy bag. I mean, that will, if you don't know how to handle the anger and you just start hitting walls and breaking stuff, like, you could do that, but you're wasting like an opportunity to harness this energy that is very powerful. So push-ups, pull-ups. When I'm angry, if something pisses me off, I have a pull-up bar, go get a pull-up bar. I can do like twice as many pull-ups as I could if I didn't have that anger. Like, it just feels like a pre-workout. You get the adrenaline flowing. It's an amazing power if you know how to use it, you know, in the right time. Getting into boxing, getting into martial arts. I know a lot of people were put into martial arts and boxing and they say it saved them. You know, I would highly recommend that if you're a parent with an angry child, put them into boxing or martial arts. The first thing you should do is try to have an open dialogue with somebody and try to talk to them about any issues you're going through. Obviously, adoption is like very complex. So if you don't have another adoptee to talk to, don't talk about it with a person that does not completely identify with adoption. They can laugh in your face, they can dismiss you, they can call you sensitive, they can say, you know, grow up, or that's not real. And it can really do a lot more damage, even if they're a professional therapist. I've been in therapy my entire life, and 100% of therapists have not taken me seriously in anything adoption related. They just are completely incompetent in adoption related things. So if you have nobody to talk to, find somebody or keep searching somebody to talk to identify with. One of the best things you could do if you're angry, the reason why I started this channel was out of anger, because of the lack of resources and the false narrative that all adoptions are beautiful. You can become an advocate or an activist for what you believe in is right. For the next generation, you can help other children, you can volunteer, you can start a YouTube channel on whatever subject you want. I mean, there's like PETA people that are crazy activists for animal rights. You can do whatever you want to do. You can seriously, like, whatever, if it's sexual assault, sexual abuse, you can become an activist for women's rights, men's rights, adoptee rights, whatever it is. But that's why I started this channel. Was a lot of it is out of anger for how I was treated and my family completely, like, just being incompetent and uneducated on adoption and making it feel like I was the crazy person. And, you know, that's why I want to educate and inform other people what the reality is. So that's another thing. Music. Also, when I get angry now, I go on a long walk. I just don't even set a timer, put my shoes on. My wife knows, like, I'll be gone for like 30, 45 minutes. And then I just let things sort themselves out in my head. You get the blood flowing, you get the adrenaline going. No running or anything like that. You can do whatever you want to. You can find your thing. But hiking, long walk will clear my head. I'll come back in. I'll usually say thank you for letting me go, or not letting me, but thank you for allowing me. You know, we have a son, so to clear my head. So she knows. Also, exercise, cardio could be your thing. You know, you got to find your thing, what works for you. Stairs, actually, after my son was born, I got really big and I was eating a lot and I wanted to lose weight. So I actually tried a bunch of different cardio, and actually the Stairmaster worked for me. And now I'm kind of addicted to it because at the time it was just for weight loss, but I got this runner's high from it. So about like 20 minutes in, I start going into this zone where I'm just like, all my anxiety's relieved, all my anger's relieved, and I just kind of like listen to music and start going into this flow state, and it is amazing. If you can get to that runner's high or find something that works for you, swimming, jump rope, any type of cardio, you got to just find your thing. And that sucks because you got to try a bunch of different things, and that's the only problem with it. You got to, you know, do a trial run of like difficult things. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Become an advocate, open dialogue, boxing, exercise. Yeah, hope this helps.